definitely something flaming in the street right there.
Yes, it's an interesting dynamic. We see it happen over and over again. In Boston, I've watched the progression of these, even sports victories, when you've got large numbers of people that are celebrating. There's a cadence to this situation that starts with cheering and in this case protesting, and then it seems as though they get bored and they start to break things, and then ultimately somebody in the crowd lights a fire. And this is very dangerous, especially in an old city. I can't tell exactly where that is, but
it's a car. I'm not sure if it's the same cruiser that we were looking at earlier, but there you can see. I'm sorry, my director is telling me. Danny, what is that? All right, our control room is pretty sure that's the same police cruiser that we saw earlier, them tearing the doors off. And
yeah,
while that's bad enough, I was struggling to see from that other vantage point if that might be a building, because if you need to get firefighters in there now, you bring in a whole nother set of headaches.
Right, the whole issue of protecting firefighters who have to go in to put out a blaze is a tactical issue for police when they're fighting for their own safety. And so there have been times when you just couldn't send the fire department in. You had to hold off for the safety of the firefighters. So this is a very, very dangerous and very difficult situation.
So you really have not much choice but to let it burn at this point. Again, it's out in the street, but you can see it there near some, I'm not sure if those are utility boxes. I see a mailbox on one side. Fortunately, that's metal, but they already appear to be, at least the paint, burning on the outside. I don't think it's close enough to that nearby building to get it. I sure hope not.
Right, and as you can see things cooking off inside the police car, too. So people in close proximity to that are in danger of explosions and bullets, actually, if there are any in the vehicle. So it's a very dangerous situation. It looks like people have cleared that area, which is good. And then, hopefully either the fire department will get there or it'll burn itself out before any of the buildings are involved.
But Ed, as all of this is going on, as a police officer and as a commander out there on the scene, you're still trying to look at the pockets of the demonstrators, of the raucous demonstrators, and figure out, how are we going to pick these off, pocket by pocket, rather than lose focus on something like this.
Absolutely. The most important thing here is good communications and command and control. So the intelligence is coming in from the different field forces that are out there, supervisors, detectives, undercover officers, surveillance officers. All that information is being fed into a central command. The information is being processed. And then the tactics that are utilized are based upon the biggest threat, where the resources are, and how to best quell this in a citywide sense. So you don't get distracted by something that looks bad if people aren't being hurt and property isn't being damaged. So this is unfortunate, but it's not the biggest priority of the command there. The biggest priority is life and property.
Right.